Hello, everybody. Good Wednesday evening. Yes, Wednesday. I wanted to, not even wanted to, I had to come on here tonight because I think that this is something that we all, male, female, mom, dad, single, married, doesn't matter, we all need to hear. So, hey Angel, my hair is up, so I'm not gonna do my hair flip tonight. So I was talking with someone who I care about so very much today. And I could tell as we were having this conversation about some changes that they're going through that they were really discouraged. And not even just discouraged, but that they were almost not almost, they were buying into some major lies. This person I love so very much, and I can see the gifts that this person has and the talents they have and the abilities they have to go out there and do whatever it is they want. But it doesn't matter if I see it, if they don't see it, they're not going to act from that place. And so I want to ask you the question, when was the last time you've asked, do you belong here? So I want to set up a little illustration for you, right? It helps me understand a concept that someone's teaching me when I'm a very visual person. So if I can create a picture in my mind or see it, actually, I understand it better. So I want to do that for you tonight. If you guys are at a playground, whether you have kids or not, but especially if you're a parent, and you see this somewhat menacing person, they just don't look like they're up to any good, hanging around outside the playground. Would you just kind of sit there and be like, huh? Or better yet, would you open the playground gate and be like, hey, how'd you come in here, right? No, you wouldn't. You may be bold enough to say to them, excuse me, like, what are you up to? Like, you belong here? Or you may call, the police and just ask them to do like a quick little safety drive-by. You would not just open the gate and be, come on in, you look like you're up to no good. Sit next to me and my kid. You wouldn't do that. It sounds absolutely insane. Or another example, you don't sleep with all of well, I guess it depends on where you live. Most of us don't sleep with all of our doors and our windows wide open, unlocked in the middle of the night. And just say you did, and you woke up in the middle of the night, and there is a burglar, someone in your home who is meant to do you harm, right there, just hanging out in your living room. My guess is that you wouldn't sit down and have a chit-chat conversation with them. My guess is that you would probably call the police. You would maybe get into a physical confrontation with them. You wouldn't just say, hey, I think you belong here. You wouldn't accept that. So why is it then that when you are having some negative self-talk, you just welcome that in like it's your best buddy, like it is the truth? Because here's the deal. The truth is you were created to be a freaking phenomenal person. You have gifts and talents that this world needs you to use, needs you to share with them, needs you to love on them with these gifts and tools that you've been given. But for whatever reason, because we all do it. I don't care if you're super accomplished in your field, or you feel like you're a rock star mom, or your marriage is on fire, or you just graduated with the degree. We all have these thoughts in some area of our life. They don't serve us, but we welcome them in with open arms and accept them as truth. And it's just not okay. It's just not. And so I wanted to just kind of tie this in to some scripture, because this is something I learned, I don't know, back, it's a while ago. I was going to say like 10 years, but it's been longer than 10 years since I was a freshman in college, I think. Anyways, it comes from 2 Corinthians 10:5. And it says, we demolish, in the NIV version, it says, we demolish arguments and every pretension that sets itself up against the knowledge of God. And we take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ. And I read this in a devotion, or maybe I heard it in a message, and double check it, because again, I'm not the expert in this area. And I don't know who I read it from was the expert in this area either. But what I remember reading is that they said in the original language that when it says we take every thought captive, that it was the same verbiage that was used when they were arresting someone at the city gate, that they were interrogating them, asking, what is your purpose for being here? What business do you have inside the city? And so guys, when you are having a thought that is not helping you push towards being the best version of you, take that thought captive. Ask it for a second, do you belong here? Because odds are the answer is no. So you may not be really fantastic right now about replacing it with some truth, but the first step is just recognizing that those thoughts don't have a place in your mind. They just don't. Another version I've been reading is the Passion Translation, and it says, we capture like prisoners of war, not welcome, right? And we capture like prisoner of war every thought and insist that it bow in obedience to the Anointed One. So insist that those thoughts align with what God says about who you are. And if you're not sure who you are and who God says you are, please reach out, because I would love to share with you some verses to read that share exactly who God says you are and how freaking madly in love He is with you. So my challenge for you today, because I'm sure we've had one of those thoughts today, and definitely we're going to have one tomorrow. They just keep showing up because that's just one of the schemes of the devil. Like, he wants to keep us bound in those inward negative thoughts because we can't let our light shine when we're focused so inward, right? So I challenge you tonight, sit down and go through some of the things you said to yourself today and just simply ask, do you belong here? Does this help me be the best version of me? And if the answer is no, I strongly suggest that you start asking God, what is right? What is true about me in this area? Because this is what I'm feeling. You may feel those things so solidly, so like to the core of you, because you've been telling yourself them for a long time. So just start tonight by recognizing that, hey, you don't belong here. And then just start asking God, inviting God into that area of struggle and ask Him to reveal the truth to you. Make it obedient to what He says about you. Make it insist that your thoughts bow down to what the Anointed One says about you. So I hope that the person that I was chatting with today listened to this and that they hear that God thinks you're freaking amazing. I think you're freaking amazing. Take those thoughts captive. They don't belong. They don't belong. Just like the menacing person outside the playground, the thief inside your home, you wouldn't welcome them in. Check your thoughts tonight, guys. Check them tomorrow. I hope and pray that even if you don't know what to replace those thoughts with yet, that you recognize they're not welcome. So that's all I have for you tonight. I know it's super random. I haven't come live in a long time, but I had to share. So today, tomorrow, the rest of your freaking life, be on the lookout for those thoughts and kick them out. They ain't welcome, people. They ain't welcome. Have a good night.